Hey everybody, Big Toad here and welcome to my studio. Today we're going to be doing a review of my plein air system. I did individual reviews of the two main components, the LederEasel and the Sienna plein air pallet box. I will link those two videos in the description below. It is sunny and cold out, 15 degrees. I loaded my pallet for the first time with my standard colors, including an extra color burnt umber, which I use from time to time. It's always fun to set up the new gear. Then I gathered up the rest of my gear and loaded it into the Big Toad mobile. With my plein air gear loaded, it's time to depart. And I'm fortunate to live in this beautiful state of Idaho, where beauty is not far away. Let's do a quick geography review just to let you know where we're at. Idaho, the gem state, but more famous for potatoes. I live in the county of Payette. I live in a small town in Idaho, and there's a lot of small towns in this state. So it's not far to head down to the river. Quick jaunt down the highway. And pretty soon I'll be turning into a kind of a natural preserve area that's set aside for the public in Idaho to enjoy the outdoors. About ready to turn into the birding area where I have access to the river. Here I am at the Payette River. You'll soon see that I'm not parked very far from my painting site. It's a convenient spot for some plein air painting, and it's an enjoyable and beautiful place to set up my gear and start a painting. For specific details on how to set up the LederEasel and the Sienna plein air palette box, check the individual videos below when I did those reviews. System setup in the field was fast and easy. Just as easy and convenient as it was in my studio. I'm liking the setup so far. The Sienna plein air box and palette set up very nicely. It was very sturdy the entire time. I painted for nearly 2.5 hours. I never had one problem with either the LederEasel or the Sienna plein air palette box. It was very sturdy. It was very stable and very convenient. I'm very happy. I was down here at this location a week earlier and took a lot of photos trying to plan out my next painting. And so I had already blocked this painting in before I came down here today to kind of speed things up a little bit. By the time I was set up and ready to paint, it was about 10:30 in the morning. The temperature had risen to 20 degrees, but and so it was a little bit cold at first. I had to stop often to warm my hands up. I don't like painting with heavy gloves on. But by the end of the session, it was about 30 degrees out and of course sunny, so I was really warm and it was a really pleasant day for painting. Not any wind at all, just the chirping of the birds and the occasional duck flying overhead and just the beautiful scenery. It was a really pleasant day. No one ever pulled up or came over and talked to me, so it was really quiet and tranquil. I really loved the day. Now you may notice through the video that the painting tends to rotate. And that's not the LederEasel's fault. I could have locked the tripod so it wouldn't spin, but because the sun was shining so brightly that day, by turning it, I was able to put the painting in the shade and get a better idea of the values and colors I was using, both in the sunlight as it is here and when I rotate it to the shade. So that was a choice made by myself. I could have locked it down and it had been extremely stable. Now, it's great when you watch a video of somebody plein air painting and they go through their whole painting session without any struggles or difficulties whatsoever with their easel and their palette and their gear, And this is one of those videos. Once I started painting, I did not even think about the LederEasel or the palette box. It was all about the painting. I never had any troubles whatsoever. Nothing. I was never interrupted by having to adjust or stabilize or anything. The gear performed extremely well. The setup was very light, very portable, and I highly recommend it. If you're willing to spend the $300 to put it all together, I think it's well worth it. So after stability and usability and setup and portability, the next question is often, how does this compare to another system, say a traditional French easel? And I have to say, I like this better. The French easel does have the all the storage space and everything like that, but again, it's heavy. I don't think it's as portable as this, because all you need is a big backpack to throw all this gear into and you're ready to go. The only thing left is how you transport your painting after you're done, and you don't really have a solution built into this easel setup, so you've got to come up with an alternative method for that. Other than that, though, I think this is a superior setup. Of course, you can get a French easel cheaper. You can get them for, small one for $100 on Amazon. Look around. You can get larger ones, $150, $250, $300, $450. So, if you want to go cheaper, then yeah, get yourself a cheap French easel. I think the legs sometimes it can cause a problem on the less expensive French easels. They're mainly made of wood, and sometimes it can be hard to stabilize them. You have to really crank down the bolts in the legs and stuff like that. I've seen guys struggle with their French easel to keep larger canvases stable, and they have to adjust it multiple times. And so, if you want to go less expensive, yeah, go with a small French easel. Yeah, especially if you're not sure you want to plein air paint, and give it a try. But the last thing you want to do when you're out there painting in the wild is fight your gear. That can ruin your day of painting. So overall, do I recommend the LederEasel? Yes, very much so. I think you can use it plein air painting or in your studio. It's very stable. Second, do I recommend the Sienna plein air palette box? Yeah, I do. It worked exactly how I wanted it to, exactly what I wanted to do. Both were very stable. You don't have to invest in a $300 tripod to make it stable. The whole system was very good. I'm very happy with my purchases. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, this product demo, and the beautiful sights of Idaho. This is the Big Toad, and I am out.